Hello dear teachers, accept my special greetings. Welcome back to a new lesson of practicum. Actually, my decision was to leave this video to you and ask you to analyze and interpret the teaching practices and also the techniques or strategies used by the teacher's classroom behavior, and the teacher's uh, classroom discourse. But when I was watching this video, I found it interesting, and I found some interesting points. That these points are actually beyond the teacher's strategies and his skills. What I mean is this: that we usually are searching for super strategies, super techniques to help learners learn, for example, as many as vocabulary items or as much information as possible. But you see that these teachers focus on classroom life. They try to help learners become happy. They live a happy life or have live happy lives in their classes. They enjoy the classes. As you can see, the number of structures or vocabulary items practiced by students the number is limited. Not large number of items, structures, and features of language are practiced. They are not in a hurry, and they are not working hastily, because I think that they have understood that they are in the class, and the class has a dynamic life, and the teacher and also students should enjoy classroom life. But I tried to analyze and interpret his practice, behavior, and also discourse moment by moment. The first thing that I should mention is that when he starts the class, his rubric or instruction is very clear. He uses simple sentences, simple language to instruct students, to ask them to do something or to encourage them to do something. Please.
The text and find your favorite sentence. Your favorite sentence. Okay? Go.
Okay, he asked them to find and read their favorite sentence. So you see that this is not a complex and difficult actually activity. He asked them to read the text and find their favorite sentence. So what does it mean? It means that they find their favorite sentence. It means that they are free to find their favorite sentences. If you want to have a comparison with our own classes, in our Iranian context, usually teachers try to impose their own preferences, and if they wanted to ask students to find their favorite sentences, they usually tend to say, okay, these sentences are most important, these sentences are key to the text, and things like that. But the teacher asks these students to find their own favorite sentences, and this is clear when the students actually read and recite and find their own sentences. The sentences are different. Some of the sentences are not that important, okay? But the teacher respects them because the teacher actually has asked them to favorite their own favorite sentence, and also now they have found their own sentences, and the teacher has no evaluative judgment. And I think this is very important, and this refers to his understanding of happiness in classroom life and the quality of classroom life. So in the previous semester, we talked about post method and critical pedagogy, and we discussed that classroom life is important in the new era. Classroom life is important. Students come to class to live happily, to live a happy life. So if the teachers reduce the classes to learning language features, so they are creating an atmosphere which is rigid, the atmosphere which is formal, and no learning happens superficially. You see that a large number of vocabulary items and structures and a lot of information has been memorized and learned. Actually, nothing happens. No learning happens because this kind of learning is kind of memorization and actually remembering control knowledge. It was interesting. Okay, let's see the rest of the video.
Okay, so we've all read the text. Okay, what we're going to do now is...
Okay, here you see that the teacher gives another space, much time for the same activity. So again, it refers to avoiding overloading students, allowing students to think, allowing students to review the decisions, to check their decisions, to make sure, to be sure about the decision of various sentences. So you see the activity is not complex, the activity is simple, the activity is actually interesting, attractive, but he gives them another space, a new opportunity.
Is to look at the text again, and this time I want you to choose your favorite sentence, okay? And then practice reading it, okay? You can use your voice, practice reading it, yeah? Choose your favorite sentence and practice reading it.
This time he asked that what we're going to do now is to check, okay, see, this is the exact actually wording used by him. What we're going to do now is to check and the rest of the sentence. This way, actually, he puts his sentence this way. Actually, he is asking them. He is actually asking them to be involved in a particular activity, and he uses this sentence or this structure.
Next again, and this time I want you to choose.
And I want you choose
your favorite sentence, okay? And then practice reading it, okay? You can use your voice, practice reading it.
You can use your voice, practice reading it.
Yeah? Choose your favorite sentence and practice reading it. The largest number of extras in a film was for Gandhi.
This strategy is very important. In order to remove a student's stress, he works as a model. He asks students to find and read their favorite sentences, to practice reading it aloud. So some students may think that it's not okay to read something aloud with their own actually accents or with their own voices. But here the teacher understands this intentionally or unintentionally. he starts reading it and working as a model.
300,000 for the funeral scene. Okay, good. So what you're going to do now is read your sentence to the class and make it sound like the...
Read the sentence to the class. Okay, read something to the class. It is again a structure that you may use in your classes as a teacher. Read it for me, read it for a student, or read to the class. Okay, these prepositions are actually sometimes misleading, confusing. Okay, when I ask you to analyze and extract the language used or structures or phrases used by the teacher, I mean these things. Sometimes these things are slightly different, slightly it is not possible to notice the things. But if you pay attention to teachers' discourse, the teachers' language, you can find many interesting structures, many interesting phrases. Okay?
most exciting, crazy thing you've ever heard. For example, okay? The largest number of extras in a film was for Gandhi, 1982, 300,000 for the funeral scene.
So here the teacher again tries to assist all of the students to work as a model, to function as a model. And this modeling helps students to find a path, to find a model, a pattern, a strategy. So students, when sometimes they are asked to do something, they are not sure about their performance or how to perform, how to do the activity. Now the teacher models. And this modeling helps a student to focus on their sentences, because this time they are sure about the pattern, the framework in which they are going to read their sentences.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. It says here.
So again here is, for example, using yeah, wow, things like this. Okay, exclamation language and things like that. Okay, it says that the class is not that formal. The class is a natural life situation, and if you see the face of the students and learners, they're enjoying their time. Okay, so they are enjoying their time. When they enjoy their times, they are learning. Be sure, when students and teachers are enjoying their times in teaching learning classes, so we can make sure that learning happens there.
Yeah. Okay, so that's how you're going to read it, okay? So who'd like to read their sentence? Beatriz, do you want to read your sentence?
The extras learn quickly.
Okay. Can you make...
Here you see again the laughter, and this laughing facilitates learning. So again, it is another sign of life in the class. Life in the class. So what is the importance of this? The importance is that what the students is learning is actually what he's going to do in the near and in the far future. She is doing, or they are doing exactly what they are going to do.
Can you make it more interesting? Like it's the biggest news anybody has ever heard.
The extras learn quickly.
Whoa! Good, nice. Okay. Anybody else want to say their sentence with? Yeah. Make it very, very exciting. Yeah, Ogur.
Some were the stars of the film, but most of them had roles as extras.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice. Very nice. Can we do that again? Make it even more interesting. Yeah. Very fascinating for everybody.
Some were the stars of the film, but most of them had roles as extras.
Oh, interesting reaction. Yeah. Okay. Good. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to read your sentence?
Yes. He told everyone it was his last film and used every available actor from his previous 124 films.
What? Oh my God, that's amazing. That's crazy talk. Okay. Very good. Okay, Hernan, can you read your sentence?
Yes. Director Frischland used real criminal in his films.
Real criminal? Oh, wow.
Okay, you see that none of these students are perfect. You see that they all chose different sentences. They are free to choose their own favorite sentences. None of them actually are perfect, but what you can find, what you can see from the teacher, from the teacher's reaction and feedback, he welcomes the students' performance because he knows that they have tried and they have been engaged, because the purpose is not assessing students and doing value judgment. The purpose is to involve students. The purpose is to create a space for students to enjoy being involved in the learning acts and also enjoying their lives in the class. And this way the teacher tries to approximate classroom life to real life situation.
Okay, can we do it again? Can you read it again? And everybody repeat the most important word, okay? Yeah?
Director Frischland used real criminal in his films.
Real criminal?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, very nice, thank you.
So you see the students and the teacher actually are enjoying their times. This is post-method era. This is post-method era, a sample class following the standards of post-method pedagogy and era or condition. So sometimes you may think that what is post-method? It should be something abstract and difficult and complex. No, this is a sample of that simple class, that simple teaching and learning acts are exactly samples of post-method classes. Okay, thank you. I finalize my analysis here. I leave the rest of the video and other video, the next video to you, and I will be back to you reanalyzing this video, considering your analysis. I hope you enjoy watching these TVs and enjoy your own analysis, your own reactions to teaching practices. Okay, thank you. I'm looking forward to hearing from you when you have actually packed your analysis into your voices and you share your voices and your interpretation and analysis with us. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.